Hey viewers, you're watching The Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. The United States has reportedly put forward a detailed 15-point ceasefire proposal to Iran in an effort to halt the escalating conflict in West Asia. According to the reports, the proposal was conveyed through intermediaries from Pakistan, which has also offered to host fresh negotiations between Washington and Tehran. This diplomatic push comes at a tense moment as the US continues to expand its military presence in the region. Even as talks are being explored, the Pentagon is preparing to deploy around 1,000 additional troops from the 82nd Airborne Division, adding to the nearly 50,000 American personnel already stationed across West Asia. Well, alongside this, 2 Marine expeditionary units are being sent, bringing roughly 5,000 Marines and several thousand sailors. The scale and timing of this military buildup have reportedly surprised Israel officials, who were expecting continued pressure on Iran, rather than a move towards a ceasefire framework. Well, the proposed plan outlines strict conditions for ending hostilities. It includes a complete halt to uranium enrichment within Iran, dismantling of key nuclear facilities such as Natanz, Isfahan and Fordo, and the transfer of highly enriched uranium stockpiles to the International Atomic Energy Agency. Iran would also be required to commit to never developing nuclear weapons, allow full transparency and access to international inspectors, and significantly scale back its missile program in both the range and quantity. Well, in addition, the proposal calls for Iran, in order to end its regional proxy operations and cease support for elite militias. The Strait of Hormuz, a critical global shipping route, must remain open and unrestricted. Well, in return, the broader framework could include sanctions relief and support for civilian nuclear energy development. A key element of the plan is a proposed 1-month ceasefire period, during which both the sides would negotiate the full agreement. However, there are concerns, particularly from Israel officials, that the United States may push for a preliminary agreement in principle before all the conditions are fully met. Well, despite the diplomatic outreach, Iran remains deeply skeptical. Officials in Tehran have expressed concerns that previous negotiations were followed by military action, reinforcing a belief that diplomacy may be used as a cover for escalation. Reports indicate that Iran has communicated this distrust to mediators including Pakistan, Egypt and Turkey, emphasizing that recent US troop deployments only add to their suspicion. And there have been instances cited where planned talks were quickly followed by strikes, further complicating the trust. Iranian officials have reportedly made it clear that they do not want to be missiled again, even as Washington pushes for face-to-face talks potentially in Islamabad. And at the same time, the United States maintains that its military posture is intended to strengthen its negotiating position rather than signal bad faith. Officials describe the approach as a combination of diplomacy and pressure, suggesting that while there is openness to a deal, force remains an option. Amid all these developments, there are also signs of limited de-escalation. Iran has indicated that non-hostile vessels may pass through the Strait of Hormuz, a move that is seen as a potential confidence-building step. And the waterway is vital, carrying a significant portion of the world's oil supply. And any disruption has major global implications. However, violence continues across the region. Missile strikes and air raids have been reported on multiple fronts, including in Israel, Iran and Lebanon. Israel has also signaled plans to expand operations against Hezbollah, raising fears of further escalation. While Pakistan has offered to host negotiations and facilitate a comprehensive settlement, uncertainty remains over whether talks will take place or lead to any breakthrough. Well, the situation reflects a complex mix of diplomacy and military pressure, with both the sides navigating deep mistrust, ongoing conflict and high-stakes geopolitical calculations. That's all for now. Stay tuned to The Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.